when I film indoors, I do try to compose it so that I can somehow have Ollie in the scene, but that doesn't always work out because as soon as I set up and he is in it, he ends up moving away because that's just what Ollie does. But you can see him, he's right here. See his tail? So he is here, but he just decided he wants to sit really close to the window so we don't get Ollie in the frame today. I do live in a really teeny tiny suite in Canmore, so I don't have like an office to film or anything. I'm in my living room, so I don't know, I struggle between this line of making it look really presentable for filming, but also keeping it my living room and what I would like it to look like. So yeah, a little bit of a struggle filming indoors, but we're making it work. All right, anyways, less talk. Let's just jump into this video. I'm going to show you basically what I've been using for the past forever. For all of my gear, it's been years and years and years. I haven't changed my setup much. Couple of things I've tweaked here and there, but I've been shooting with the same gear for quite some time. And I'm I'm not really a gearhead. I don't really have interest in the technical side of this stuff. I never have, and I probably never will. I just like good quality equipment that ensures I can create what I am trying to create. Okay, so here is the beast that I am using. I am on the Shimoda Pro team. I am very, very lucky to be there, happy to be there, and I've worked with them for a few years now. I've been using the Action X30 bag since it came out. So whenever it came out and I received it, I have not switched bags since. I love it. It just works perfectly for me. I'm not going to go into the specifics about the bag because maybe the next video or the video after that, I'm actually going to, because I'm on the Shimoda team, I actually have a bag from each line. So I want to do, since I have been using them for a couple years, I want to do a comparison video between the bags again. I have a really old video about this, but I think if updated, it actually might be very valuable to people who are looking for a Shimoda bag and decide which one is right for them. Anyways, right now, what I'm currently using is the Action X30. It's awesome. It is meant for, the one that I have is meant for mirrorless cameras, but I'm a DSLR user and I'm able to fit that in there just fine. This is the camera that I have been using for probably 85% of my portfolio. It is the 5D Mark IV. I also have the Mark III and the 6D, so I have quite the lineup. I was using these lenses. I was using this camera body simply because I was also a wedding photographer, and just having the Mark III and the Mark IV was my go-to for that, but I also use the Mark IV for all of the other work that I do. Now that I'm actually finished photographing weddings, I will likely be thinking about selling off a lot of my gear and upgrading camera bodies. But I mean, I probably have the same complaints that all Canon users have. But other than that, it's honestly been a fine body, and I'm able to create what I want to create. The main lens that I use, this is not going to come as a shock to anybody. It's a 16-35. I have been using a wide angle lens for the majority of my photography career. I remember way back when I started photography, the first lens that I actually bought was the Canon. I think it was 17-40 was the focal length of it. But yeah, the 17-40, that was the first wide angle lens that I bought. For that, back then I had a crop sensor body, so that's the lens that you got. Once I went full frame, I upgraded to the 16-35 f4, and we've been a good team ever since. I love this lens, and a really big chunk of my portfolio is created with this lens. I take this setup with me hiking all the time. The next lens that I use for my landscapes and self-portraits is the 70-200. It is also by Canon. This is the 2.8 version. We all know that a 70-200 is one of the grails of lenses for us photographers. Absolutely an amazing lens. No complaints. I do want to possibly one day add the 100-400 or something around there to my kit, but I'm very, very, very happy with this lens, and I'm going to use it for so many more years to come. This little unit is the cheapest thing that I have in my bag, and I actually have a couple of them. I think it's great. This is a shutter release remote. It's not fancy, just has one button to it. I think it costs maybe $3 or $4, so I have a handful of them in case they break, and I've been using these cheapy cords since I started photography. I use them for my long exposure work. I use them for my self-portraits. They're very, very handy to have. 10 out of 10 recommend making sure that you have a couple of these in your bag because you will likely need them. And I also recommend not spending a lot of money on them. The expensive ones, I had a Canon one once before. It was like, I was close to $100. I just never used the functions of it that I guess it came with, and I always have defaulted back to this one. So really, really cheap. Just do a quick Amazon search or eBay or wherever, and you will find these for your camera. This is just a pouch, but a very important kit to all photographers. This is where you would store it. It's from Shimoda. It came with my bags. It's a little pouch. It just stores your batteries, memory cards, tools for your tripod, that remote that I was just showing you, my mic system. I'm wearing my mic system right now. I put everything in here and it keeps it nice and contained. Every photographer needs one of these things. Really, really love this. And this is the smallest size from Shimoda, so there is bigger ones. I probably do need a bigger one, but this one is working just fine for what I need it for. This is also by Shimoda. Shimoda gave me a lot of stuff that I absolutely love, like this thing. This is for my filters. So I am a circular screw-on filter user, and this is awesome. So it has all it's a little bit of a mess down there, but this holds 6 filters, I think. Yeah, you can get way more in there, but this holds all my filters. I love it because it's so skinny. So it tucks anywhere into your bag and it's really lightweight. And since I am a hiker and I actively am on the trails with my camera gear, I really, really, really need light stuff. So this is honestly awesome. And filters, I've used a variety of filters before. I'm not going to deep dive into this because I do want to get on with a filter company and work together and actively support them and they support me. Right now, I'm using a variety of filters, just testing ones out that I like, but I am a circular screw-on filter user and likely will always stay that way. I have used Case's magnetic filter system, but I'm not really a fan of the company for many reasons. Maybe in a video I'll go in a deep dive about that. But yes, I like to stick true to my simple filters. This is my main tripod that I use. I'm a Benro fan. I've always used Benro tripods. They're honestly awesome. This one is the Travel Angel tripod. It is a carbon fiber tripod. It's really, really basic, and that's why I like it. And it's good. Like, it's a good quality tripod. There's nothing crazy about it. There's nothing wild. It just gets the job done, and it's reasonably lightweight. I don't take this one hiking, but I use this one as my main workhorse. I've had one other Benro tripod. It's actually the one that I'm filming on right now, but it's broken. And as soon as that one just bit the dust, I ended up just replacing it with another one. I spent about $500 on this. No complaints. I probably will be a Benro user moving forward for a long time. This little unit, I don't know how to pronounce this brand. Don't make fun of me, guys. It's a well-known brand too. Siri? Is it Siri? We'll just call it Siri. So this is the tripod that I take hiking. Yes, it has a very large center column. I can't remove it. Don't judge me. It's just there. But this thing, I believe it's discontinued. I bought it so long ago when I was heavily into hiking. I still use it. I still take it with me. Sometimes I use it for my vlogging camera and it acts as a tripod for that. But for hiking, it's amazing. It's super lightweight. All I need up on those trails is something to hold the camera in place. So whether that is a rock or this tripod, it does the job. It's a piece of poop though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a good quality tripod. But it works. If you're a hiker, I highly recommend investing into something that is lightweight because you're going to need room for water and all of that stuff. And a big bulky tripod just makes the journey not enjoyable. Last but not least, definitely the most important thing in my camera bag is my yellow dress, of course. It has its own home in my bag, and ever since I started the self-portraits, there has been a dress. Mostly the yellow one, there's been a dress that has a home and it has lived there for a long, 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 long time. We all know why I carry this in my camera bag, so I don't have to explain it, but something crazy I want to tell you guys about this dress is it was $400. So when I upgraded dresses, I ended up investing in a company that caters to photographers, and so it is handmade and it is really nice. Like, it's a good quality dress and it's meant to be beaten up a little bit by, taking it to the lake and up the mountain. but it was quite pricey, $400. I think it's going to last a very, very long time though, so happy with that. And that's it. That's pretty much all that I use. I have a whole other arsenal of camera gear. Like I have the 50 mil, the 85 mil, a couple other lenses and some other bodies and other tools, but I use that mostly for portraits and weddings, and I no longer do that. But this is the main bread and butter of Sarah Lindsay Photography, and it's looked this way for quite some time. And remember, not this video, or the next video, but maybe the next one after that, I'm going to do a really big deep dive into comparing the Shimoda bags. So you will definitely want to watch that if you're in the market for a Shimoda bag. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was pretty relaxed. Just wanted to, I guess, catch you up to speed on the gear that I am using, because eventually I know all those questions will be coming. I hope you found it I hope that you found some insight from it. Maybe you are thinking about getting some of the same stuff. As always, please subscribe if you enjoyed this, give this video a like, and all of my information will be in the description below. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!